Hello friends and welcome back to my YouTube channel. How are you all doing? This is Sachin Nachnani and today we'll be discussing about ITC's real results review and outlook. You all must be wondering why I'm calling it real results review. So give me a few moments and I'll explain this to you why this is the only real results review available on YouTube till now. So let's get started. Now, as you all know, my philosophy is to keep things simple for you all. I don't like to complicate things by giving you all mambo jumbo numbers. So, what I have done, as I always do in the results highlight, is I have kept the result numbers rounded off to nearest 100, and so that it's easy for you all to understand and grasp the numbers. So, here we go. So, for the fourth quarter, which ended on 31st of March 2020, these are the major highlights. Net sales was at 10,800 crores, which was a decline of 10% on a YOY basis and 8% on a QOQ basis. Why was there a decline? We'll see that in the slides going forward, but I'm sure all of you understand that a major part of it was because of the COVID led lockdown, which happened in the last 10 days of March. Then you have EBITDA. EBITDA is basically the operating profit that is at 4,200 crores, which is again down by 9 and 10% each on a YOY and QOQ basis. The EBITDA margin is at 38%, which is fairly impressive considering that a year back it was 37% in the same quarter last year, and in December quarter it was at 38%. This is despite the coronavirus led issues in the quarter. And the net profit has come to 3,800 crores, which has actually gone up on a 9% on a YOY basis, and it's down by 8% on a QOQ basis. EPS rounded off comes to 3 rupees, actually 3.09 rupees. So again, EPS has gone up by 9% and down by 8% on a QOQ basis. Now, we all know that ITC is broadly known as a cigarette company, but the contribution of cigarettes has been steadily coming down every quarter, and now it stands at only 42%. In fact, it is down from 43% on a YOY basis. And the other major segment is what is called as FMCG others. So you have all the biscuits, atas, dairy products, stationery, and all those products are clubbed in FMCG others. Its share has been increasing steadily. Last year it was 25% in the same quarter. This year it is at 26%. Hotels is of course a small share at 4%. Then you have agri-business at 16% and paper boards, paper and packaging at 12%. So the revenue decline has happened primarily because of the lockdown in the last 10 days of March, and because of which the sale of all of these products and more specifically of cigarettes came down sharply because only essential items were available. So obviously you are not going to step out to buy cigarettes or other products, and of course hotels were closed down. Now let's have a look at the profit contribution from each of these segments. Though ITC contributes only 42% in revenue, it contributes 85% to the profitability of the company. This is at an EBIT level as given by the company. In fact, its contribution has increased marginally from 84% last year. Well, you can't help it because it is a very profitable product, and the contribution of profitability from other segments is increasing with every passing year. In fact, for FMCG others, the contribution has increased to 4% from 3% last year. So that is a very big positive. And few years back, if you know, FMCG used to be actually loss making, and now it has turned profitable at the EBIT level. Hotels contribution is down to 1%, agri is just about 3%, and paper boards, paper and packaging segment contributes 7% to the profitability at the EBIT level. Now, why I am calling it the real highlights for the ITC results. You may have seen a lot of videos, you have read a lot of reports that are available on Google or on various other websites. No one is telling you the reality about cigarette volumes. Cigarette volumes is one key monitorable that every analyst and every fund manager tracks. on a quarterly basis for ITC. Cigarette volumes are down by 11% for the quarter. Now, this is a big negative. It was known that because of lockdown, there will be a fall in cigarette volumes. However, the fall will be in the range of 11%. That's a big negative. People were anticipating it roughly anywhere from 1 to 5% decline for the quarter. But 11% fall is much higher than anticipated. Some other highlights, you may have heard now that dividend of 10.15 rupees per share has been declared. So if you track it on a dividend yield basis, and which is what should be tracked. So if you invest today, you will get a dividend yield of more than 5% because ITC is trading around 192 rupees a share. So 5% plus is the dividend yield. The entire year's EPS, that is earnings per share, is 12.33 rupees. So out of that, you are getting a dividend of 10.15. That means over 80% of the profits are being paid out in the form of dividends. ITC, as you all know, is a very cash-rich company, and it has very recently enhanced its dividend payment policy. So that's why this dividend contribution is the highest. There has been a growth of 21% for the full year profit in FY20. More importantly, the free cash flow generation has gone up by 30%, and ITC says that it is a clear leader in free cash flow generation in the entire FMCG sector. Now, another important parameter, cash balance, bank balance and short-term investments totals to over 24,000 crores. This is all liquid money which can be liquidated very easily at any given point of time at very short notice. What is more important is that it forms 32% out of the total asset size of the company. The total asset size is around 75,000 crores for ITC, and out of that you are sitting on a cash and bank balance of over 24,000 crores. In fact, for the price that you are paying, you are actually getting 10% of the share price in the form of cash, bank balance and short-term investments, which is usually called cash and equivalents. Now, some important trends to monitor. The cigarette buying preferences are now shifting from what people used to buy loose cigarettes earlier to full packets. That's because of coronavirus. People are afraid that if you buy loose packets, it can get infected because others are touching it. So people are shifting their preferences towards buying full packets, and they are bulking up because of still lockdowns being imposed in different parts of the country. So that is a good positive for ITC in the long term, medium to long term. And what has also happened in the short term is that there has been a sharp surge in health and hygiene products. We all know that we have just been stocking up sanitizers, hand gloves and hand wash and all those things. So ITC produces a lot of sanitizers, hand wash under the Savlon brand. They also have antiseptic liquid and floor cleaners. So that is another clear positive for ITC because you will have higher sales of these products going forward. Now, for all those of you who are interested in the pure fundamental valuation, here's what I have compiled from market sources and of course my internal analysis. Cigarettes, which is the main contributor, on a total per share basis, this will contribute 150 rupees a share. FMCG others is roughly 50 rupees a share. Hotels, agri and the paper division in all contribute 10 rupees each, so that's 30 rupees total. And cash and equivalents going forward will contribute 30 rupees each share. So for a 1 year basis, the target price comes to roughly 260 rupees. That's an upside of around 34% from the current market price, which is fairly very decent, I would say. Considering that fixed deposits, because of falling interest rates, generate roughly only 5 to 6% per annum, and other fixed income instruments don't give you more than 8.5-9% per annum. That is also on the higher side actually if you increase your risk appetite. And Nifty has just been delivering low single digit returns. In fact, it has been negative for the last 3 years. So this is a very good upside from an investment perspective. Now, for all those of you who want to understand the near-term outlook and impact of the results on ITC stock price, let's first have a look at the derivatives option chain. So this is from the NSE website. So as you can see that it is calls heavy, and most importantly the highest position of calls is at 200 rupees, which is around 70 lakhs, and 18.9 lakh shares have been added. So that is a very big number for ITC. And the second highest position is at around 65 lakhs at the price of 210 rupees, and 31 plus lakh shares have been added on the day of results. So as we can see that the upside is capped at 200 or at the most 210, and from 192 odd levels 200 to 210 is very close by. So from purely from a derivatives perspective, it is very unlikely that ITC will be able to close and sustain about 210 levels. Most likely it may not be even able to touch it. Now for all of you who want to have a technical perspective, let's have a look at the charts. So as you can see here that ITC managed to close below the 200 exponential moving average. In fact, it could not even touch it, and it has closed sharply below the previous, that is Thursday's closing levels. And the volumes have also been fairly strong in the past few days, both on the rally as well as on the decline side. In fact, if you draw a simple trend line, you will see that it has actually entered into a resistance area in the near term. So my opinion would be that it is little difficult for ITC to cross the 200-day exponential moving average in the near term, but the fall also would be limited. I doubt that it will fall below the 180 levels. I mean, if it falls intraday, you can actually go and buy it. So the high dividend yield will actually turn out to be a very strong support for the stock, and of course the outlook going forward. But the upside also is going to be capped to, as we saw, to 200 and 210 levels. In fact, even the derivatives chain will tell you that there is very high put writing at 180 levels. So 180 should give you a very decent support in the near term. So my advice to all of you would be, in case if you want to buy ITC shares, please consult your financial advisor. But from a technical perspective, it will be a very good buy at around 180 odd levels, and the dividend yield also will actually improve further. But from an investment perspective, it is a very strong buy, because the stock is trading at just around 15-16 times trailing earnings multiple. So you will get it at a very attractive valuation, which is very low as compared to the entire FMCG sector. And usually the scenario or the fear that people have of rising GST is at least 6 months away. Budget will be on 1st of February. So by that, who knows, ITC might actually be at 240 or 250 levels also. I mean, I'm not predicting, but it's always possible, right? Given the current situation where people want to enter into companies which have good earnings outlook and are also defensive in nature, plus which have very strong balance sheets. ITC fits that bill. So that's my opinion on ITC. Thank you very much for watching this video, and let's hope to connect with you soon. Take care. You can reach out to me on Twitter, Insta, LinkedIn, and of course YouTube. Do like and share this video, subscribe to my channel, and click the bell icon.